Good morning, students. Mrs. Loy here today to walk you through the new and improved writing workshop for your Julius Caesar argument analysis paragraph. So after talking with some students this week, I realized that we needed a little bit more guidance and we really needed to get back to basics. So what I've decided to do is walk you through writing the argument analysis paragraph using a CER chart because we've used them so much this year. So I'm going to take you over to my chart and walk you through how I came up with all these different elements, and then it'll help guide you as you create your own CER chart and do your resubmissions for checkpoint B on your Julius Caesar argument analysis. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we are in my example argumentative CER chart, and the only thing that you can see right now is my claim or my topic sentence. So remember that your topic sentence needs to reveal that the character you're going to focus on. So who is doing the persuading? Many of you have been focusing on Cassius, and in last week's writing workshop, I actually gave you the option to focus on Decius persuading Caesar. So those are kind of the big two characters that you guys have been focusing on: Cassius persuading Brutus, and Decius persuading Caesar. So those are my two recommendations as you work through this argument CER chart. So I chose to focus on Decius. And so I have to reveal Decius's character in my topic sentence, and also the fact that he's going to be using rhetorical devices. So I wrote, Decius utilizes multiple rhetorical appeals when speaking with Caesar. So notice that I didn't give a specific rhetorical appeal, but you most definitely could name ethos, logos, or pathos, whichever one you're going to be talking about in your paragraph. You could reveal that in your claim or topic sentence. So once we have our claim or topic sentence, we're ready to move on to our evidence. So we need to prove that Decius does indeed do this. So looking back at the text, I actually pulled my evidence from Act 2, Scene 2, where Decius, let me backtrack a little bit. Calpurnia wakes up in the morning and has had this horrific dream that Caesar's statue is spouting blood. And so she interprets this dream that somebody is going to kill Caesar. And she tells Caesar that and convinces him to actually stay home from the capital that day instead of attending. But then Decius shows up, and he's really clever, and he decides to start to reinterpret the dream so that Caesar does go to the capital, because Decius is in the conspiracy. So he needs Caesar to go to the capital so that the conspiracy can carry out their plan to murder Caesar. So if we take a look at my evidence is from the translated text, which is written by John Crowther. So we use his last name in our in-text citation. It's from Act 2. It's from Scene 2, and then these are the line numbers that correspond to the evidence that I'm using. So my evidence simply says, this dream has been interpreted all wrong. It was a good and lucky vision. Your statue spouting blood through many holes in which many smiling Romans bathed means that you'll provide great Rome with sustaining blood, and that great men will strive to get some token of approval from your holy blood. So this is Decius appealing to Caesar's emotions. And we'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. I'm going to expand my screen so we can move on to the last part of our CER chart, which is the reasoning. So in my reasoning, I need to make sure that I am doing two really specific things. So if I look at my box here, it says an explanation of how you know this is a rhetorical appeal. And so tell me why it's ethos, logos, or pathos. Then, so that's the first step. Then you need to explain how you know it was effective. So if Decius is persuading and the person he's persuading is Caesar, Caesar needs to have some sort of response or some sort of reaction in order to prove that Decius was correct. Because again, in my claim or in my topic sentence, Decius is doing the persuading. He's the one using the devices, so it's his words in our evidence. And then Caesar, in my reasoning, I have to give a reason as to how I know it's effective. So Caesar has to respond or he has to react. So with his words or with his actions, that's how we prove the effectiveness of the rhetorical appeal. So my reasoning says, this appeals to Caesar's sense of pride. He knows, so Decius, he knows that Caesar will not want to seem weak to the Senate leaders. This emotional appeal is seen as effective. So here's my explanation where I tell you how I know it's pathos. I know it's pathos because we're persuading or we're appealing to Caesar's pride. And then now I have to show how it's effective. This emotional appeal is seen as effective when, and that's a great sentence starter. So you could say this credible appeal, this emotional appeal, this logical appeal. That's a great sentence starter for you guys to use in your own paragraphs or in your own charts. When Caesar immediately agrees to go to the Capitol and even scolds his wife for making him fearful. So this is just me summarizing how Caesar reacts to Decius's quote. Therefore, it's shown as effective. So I've made a note down here at the bottom that pride is an emotion. So I'm referring to Decius' use of pathos to persuade Caesar. So I didn't say pathos in my topic sentence, but I most definitely could have. And then I explained how Caesar reacted. I could have also included a quote of what Caesar said afterwards. So I could have pulled from the text and used another in-text citation, but I just chose to summarize what or how Caesar reacted. And then underneath my CER chart, you'll notice that I've now included my full paragraph. So remember, your claim or your topic sentence comes first. So you'll see that here. And then I have to introduce my evidence and give it some context. So I do that. Here's my evidence from my chart. And then lastly, down here at the bottom, I have my reasoning and my explanation of how I know that this is a rhetorical appeal. So I really hope that this new mini lesson is super helpful in assisting you guys with your argumentative analysis paragraphs. I want to make sure that you guys are submitting to Checkpoint B by the end of this week. I'm going to go ahead and extend that assignment. And then all submissions for Checkpoint B must be submitted to Canvas by Monday, April 20th by midnight. That is going to be our cutoff. So we have this week and you have the weekend to really kind of make some tweaks to this writing workshop assignment and to revise and make it as best as you can make it so you guys can get the best grade possible. So I hope this new video was helpful and I am so excited to see the work that you guys do. So hope you're having a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and get on my breakfast Zoom so that I can see your faces. Great talking with you today, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.